There is a number sitting inside every tax planning firm right now. Most advisors have never seen it written down. They have felt it in the slow months, in the quiet calendar, in the moment they realize they just spent another year at the same revenue number, but they have never actually calculated it. That number is $400,000. That is the average annual cost of not having a predictable pipeline of the right clients. Not a rough guess, not a motivational number I made up to get your attention. A real figure built from real line items that exist inside real firms right now. And by the end of this video, you're going to see exactly where every dollar of it comes from. Because once you see it, you cannot unsee it. My name is Yuvraj Ambore. I don't do tax planning. What I do is solve the one problem every great tax strategist has and almost nobody talks about. How do you consistently get the right people in the room? That question has been my obsession for more than 2 years now. And everything I have learned, every system, every strategy, every number, I bring here so you don't have to figure it out alone. We will go through it step by step in plain English, the whole thing. Before we get into the numbers, I want to tell you something important. This video is not about what you are doing wrong. It's about what is being done to you by a structural problem that exists in this industry, that nobody in this space has the incentive to point out clearly. The certification bodies want to sell you more certifications. The software companies want to sell you more subscriptions. The coaching programs want to sell you more strategy. None of them make money by telling you the real problem. So nobody says it. I'm going to say it today. Imagine you own a world-class restaurant, the best chef in the city, incredible menu, beautiful space, every table perfectly set. But the restaurant is on a street with no foot traffic. No sign outside, no way for the right people to find it. Every night, empty tables. Not because the food is bad, not because the prices are wrong, simply because the right people don't know the restaurant exists. Now imagine someone comes along and tells you the solution is to make the menu better. So you spend $15,000 improving the menu, still empty. Then they tell you the solution is better interior design. So you spend $10,000 on the interior, still empty. Nobody tells you the real problem because none of them are in the business of putting people in your seats. They are in the business of selling you things for the restaurant. That is the tax advisory industry right now. The certifications are the menu. The software is the interior design, both genuinely valuable. Neither of them puts the right people in your seats. And meanwhile, the tables sit empty and the cost of those empty tables adds up. Let's count it. Line item 1, unfilled planning capacity. The average established tax strategist has capacity for 30 to 40 high net worth planning engagements per year. Most are running 10 to 15. That gap, 15 to 20 unfilled engagements at an average fee of $10,000 each, is $150,000 to $200,000 in planning revenue sitting on the table every single year uncollected. Not because the strategist can't deliver, because the right people aren't sitting across from them. Think about that for a moment. This isn't money you lost on a bad investment. This isn't money that went somewhere else. This is money that simply never existed because the capacity was never filled. It's like owning a hotel with 40 rooms and only ever filling 15 of them. The other 25 rooms are ready, clean, perfect, waiting. But every night they sit empty. The cost of running those rooms doesn't disappear. The overhead is still there. The staff is still there. The mortgage is still there. Empty rooms in a hotel are not a neutral thing. They are an active, daily, expensive problem. Empty planning slots in your firm are exactly the same thing. Line item 1, $150,000 to $200,000 gone. Line item 2, compliance work backfilling the gap. When the planning calendar has empty slots, most tax strategists backfill with what they know, compliance work. $500 to $1,500 returns that keep the cash flow moving but consumes the exact same time and mental energy as a $10,000 planning engagement. The average firm does this is trading $10,000 hours for $1,000 hours and doesn't fully see it because the cash is still coming in. The annual cost of this trade in revenue that should have existed but didn't runs approximately $60,000 per firm. And here is the part that stinks. Every compliance client you take to fill the gap makes the gap harder to close because now your calendar has less room for the planning client you actually want. You are literally using your capacity to block your own growth. Line item 2, $60,000 gone. Line item 3, software sitting idle. The average established tax advisor is paying $12,000 to $28,000 per year for planning software. Tools that are genuinely powerful, tools that can model strategies worth $50,000 to $100,000 in savings for the right client. But without enough of the right clients, these tools sit open in a browser tab and produce nothing. The ROI on a $15,000 software subscription with 10 planning clients is very different from the ROI with 30. The annual waste from underutilized software runs $10,000 to $15,000 per firm conservatively. Imagine buying the most advanced GPS system ever built. It knows every road, every shortcut, every route. It can get you anywhere in half the time, but you never leave your driveway. The GPS isn't the problem. The car isn't the problem. You just never go anywhere. That's a $15,000 software subscription with no pipeline to use it on. Line item 3, $10,000 to $15,000 gone. Line item 4, time spent on marketing that doesn't convert. The average established tax advisor spends 5 to 10 hours per week on some form of business development, LinkedIn posts, networking events, referral relationship maintenance, coffee meetings. Most of it produces nothing at the high net worth level for the structural reasons we covered in the last video. At a conservative billing rate of $300 per hour, that's $75,000 to $150,000 in billable time per year spent on activities that don't move the needle. Not because the advisor is lazy, because they are using the wrong tools for the wrong market. This is the one that hurts most when you actually sit with it, because it's not just money, it's time. And unlike money, you cannot make more of it. Line item 4, $75,000 gone. So let's add it up. Unfilled planning capacity, 150K to 200K. Compliance work backfilling the gap, $60,000. Software sitting idle, 10K to 15K. Time spent on marketing that doesn't work, $75,000. Total annual cost of not having a predictable pipeline, $295K to $350K at the conservative end, $400,000 to $500,000 when you include the compounding effect of another year without the right clients. That is not a number I want you to feel bad about. That is a number I want you to feel angry about, because this is not your fault. This is a structural problem that the entire industry profits from keeping vague enough that you keep buying more certifications, more software, more coaching, more strategy, none of which solves the one problem underneath all of it. You don't have enough of the right people sitting across from you. There is an old story about a man who loses his keys at night. A neighbor finds him searching under a street light. "Is this where you lost them?" he asks. "No," the man says. "I lost them over there in the dark, but the light is better here." That's the tax planning industry right now. The certifications, the software, the coaching, they are the street light. Bright, comfortable, easy to sell, easy to buy. But the keys are somewhere else entirely. The keys are a predictable system that puts the right business owners in front of you consistently, month after month, without referrals, without cold outreach, without becoming a marketer. That's where the keys are. And that's what TaxFlow AI exists to solve. So what does the solution actually look like? Not another certification, not another software subscription, not another coaching program that teaches you how to price your services to people who aren't there yet. A system that finds business owners who are overpaying in taxes and don't know it yet, that has a real conversation with them, that qualifies them, and that puts the right ones on your calendar, confirmed, pre-screened, ready to talk. Done for you, while you do what you built your entire career to do. 10 qualified appointments in 45 days. Business owners with real tax exposure, decision makers, people who showed up because they wanted to be there. That is what fills the empty tables. That is what makes the software worth what you paid for it. That is what turns the $400,000 problem into a $400,000 opportunity. Because here is the thing about that number. It works both ways. The same capacity that is costing you $400,000 in lost revenue right now is the exact capacity that earns you $400,000 when it's filled with the right people. You don't need to build anything new. You don't need to learn anything new. You just need the right people in the room. Here is the commitment we make to every tax advisor we work with. 10 qualified appointments in 45 days, business owners with real tax exposure, decision makers, people who showed up. If we don't hit that number, we keep working until we do. And we give you your money back. No fine print, no conditions. 10 qualified appointments in 45 days or you don't pay. If you want to see whether this fits your firm right now, the link is below. It is a simple strategy call, no pressure, no pitch. You will leave the call knowing exactly whether this makes sense for where you are, even if we never work together.